Hello everyone, Angie here, coming on to do a little make with you guys. I have some paper scraps of some strips, and I was trying to come up with an idea of what to do with, and I did. I am calling these my double-sided journal page edgers. Quick, super simple, and super easy. This is going to be so fast, so easy, guys. It's going to blow your mind. But with that being said, all you have to do is take some strips of paper, basically the height of your journal page, which is standard, which is 8.5. So I have these few pieces of 8.5 strips, and then the width is basically up to you. I have some that are 2-inch and then some that are 3-inch. And they're going to be folded in half. So this strip here is a 2-inch by 8.5, and is just easily folded in half. Okay, and all these are the same, but I did do some other ones that I've kind of lightly decorated that I'll show you after I show you the process of how easy this little quick make is. Okay, so once you've determined your width, which is really the most difficult part, and it's not difficult at all, trust me. But once you've determined how wide you want the piece to be, you're going to fold it in half and you're going to make yourself a tab. Now, if you want a tab on the top, somewhere in the middle, down on the bottom, it doesn't really matter. Okay, and that's where my envelope punch board comes in. Okay, and all I do for that is I grab a little pencil here and I start with, like, say I want to do my tab up at the top. Okay, we're all familiar with the envelope punch board, so we're just going to do a little punch up here at the top. Now, I like my tabs to be about 2 inches in length. So what I do from there, because see, I don't have anywhere to measure from this point to 2 inches. So all I do is, while I have it in where I punch it, I line the actual board up with my grid, and I just do a little slight pencil mark right there at the edge of the board. Okay, after I've made my first punch, okay, and then I'm going to go 2 inches on my grid, and that's 2 inches right there, right? So now after I've made my first punch, I'm just going to slide that paper up to that second tick mark that I made. Make sure it's in place, lined up against the edge of the wall on your punch board, and do another punch. And there I know I have a 2-inch tab right there, okay? And then all you have to do is just erase those little tick marks. Okay, quick and easy. Then all we have to do is remove the excess off of there. Okay, again, I just use my mat to get a straight line and a straight cut, and just line it up with the edge of the curve of each of your tabs right there and right there. Line up your ruler. This is so easy, guys, but it's a really nice accent to any page, okay? And we all like easy, so you cannot go wrong with this project. Okay, and just remove that little bit away. And then come down, hold it in place. You may have to go through 2 passes because I am using cardstock for this, okay? But you can use digital, you can use regular copyweight paper if you want, totally up to you. Okay, and then we end up with something like that. And all you have is let me move my punch board out the way, and you've got yourself right there, as simple as that, a double-sided journal page edge. Bring in your paper, you line it up, okay, and you glue it down. Simple as that. Okay, you line it up right at the edge, and you've got yourself, and it strengthens the edge of your page as well. It, you know, oops, sliding on me. And then you just glue it down just like that, and you've got yourself a tabbed page. And look at that, just even plain. It just adds something to your journal page, okay? Now from there, you can go one step further, okay? I'm just showing you that's the process right there, guys. That's your double-sided journal page edger. And I'm just calling it an edger because it goes, and I'm going to do it like this on the folded edge just so it's a little quicker. there you go, okay? And you just glue it right down, and you've got your page. Double-sided journal page edger. And it's double-sided because when you put it down, you know, regardless of what page you put it on, okay? Of course, pretty obvious when you flip it over, the other side is done as well. Come on, guys. How easy is that? How fun is that? And how attractive does that element bring to a page? I mean, if it's blank or if you have it next to a digital, look at that, guys. Look at that. Okay? So that's it. Simple, simple, simple. But I wanted to bring in, now this was my 2-inch piece of paper, so you have a 1-inch edge on one side, 1 inch, or a little less actually than 1 inch, because once you've done the punch, you have left a little over 1/2 inch. Okay, so you're leave an accommodation at about a 1/2 inch for your tab, and then a 1/2 inch for the edge to go along the edge of your page. Okay, so that's using a full 2-inch piece of paper. Okay, and then you just glue it straight down. Simple as that. Now, here's one. It's a 1-inch piece of paper, folded in half, and I just did a decorative cut with a zigzag scissor. Okay, I'm just showing you different elements, different ways to use this design and bring a different look to each page. Look at that, and glue it right down. Okay, isn't that cute? Now, again, this is just plain. Then when you bring it up to the other side, and it's even just as simple and just enough to a page where you could do every single page if you wanted to, and it would not create too much bulk. Now, if you were to do every single page, I would probably use copyweight paper, like you do a pretty digital, like something like this with a nice design on it that will bring a nice little decorative edge. But this is, you know, just regular craft cardstock paper, so it is a little bit thicker, but you could still get away with doing something like this as well. Okay, so that's another look with just a scissor, a decorative scissor cut on that one. Okay, now here's a couple more. This one this one is 3-inch width by 8.5. Did the same thing. I did a 2-inch tab. I trimmed away the excess, and I just did a light decoration. Okay, now with this one, let's see, let's bring in a different, it's got some orange and green. Let's see if we got something different we could bring into this. Let's use this one. I grabbed a couple. Well, no, that one doesn't really. Let's just do coffee dyed paper. Okay, we do a lot of coffee dyed paper on our journals, right? So what if we just bring this in to the edge, just like that? Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Now this one's just a little bit wider, about a 1/2 inch, but totally, like I said, that's really the hardest part of this project, guys, is just how big you want your edger to be. Okay, so this one's just a little bit bigger, and I just did a little decorating with a piece of music page. I did a long word element with a little label there, and a flower, and a paper flower. And look at that. Now on all the ones that I decorated, I only decorated one side, and I did that purposefully because I'm going to use each and every one of these ones that I've made, and I have an idea of one side, but I'm leaving the other side blank until I determine what page it's going to go on. Then I will decorate the other side to match that page, because you got to remember, when you flip it over, you may have something completely different on this side. Okay, so that's why I did that. So that's that one, and again, it's got a top tab. Okay, and it's total of 3 inches. So once it's folded in half, you've got about 1 1/4 inch. Okay, so there's that one. This one I did on white paper to give you a different look as to how it would look. Again, I did this one. This one's 3 inches total, 3 inches in length, 8.5 inches in height. And I did the tab a little bit down a little bit, not quite middle, but I brought it down just a little bit. Still 2-inch tab. Okay, This one I rounded the corners. Okay, so you get a little softer, more delicate, I guess you would say, look when you put it down on the page. Okay, this one I left square. Did it in white, and I just used washi. I put a strip of washi tape, I put a label, and I used a washi floral element, and I just did it, proportioned it to where I laid it half on the strip and half off. So the half off that was left off, I cut it and brought it up here. So you still have the same image, but it's just gives it a little bit of a different play. Okay, so again, you would come in, position it on your, why is this so difficult? Position it on the edge of your paper, just bring it right to the edge, and you would glue it down. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Okay, and down it would go. Okay, now as you get bigger in the size of your strip, that's where a change comes into play. You can again leave it all the way down, glue it all the way down to your page, or you can just glue it at the top, the edge, the outer edge of your page, and the bottom, and it can be used as a tuck spot as well. Okay, not only a decorative page edger, but a tuck spot, just like that. Okay, and you can tuck in your tags, your journal cards, your little notepads, whatever you want to do. Isn't that cute? Okay, so that's my white one. Then I did an even wider one. This one is a total of 5 inches. Okay, I did the tab at the bottom. Okay, I did a 2-inch tab, removed the excess, and again, it would go on your page the exact same way, except on the larger ones, I would use as a tuck spot. Not only would it be a page edger, but it would double as a tuck spot. Okay, so look at how cute that is. Okay, you would glue it at the top, along the outer edge of the page, all the way down, and along the bottom, and it would serve as a tuck spot. And I don't have anything handy but some small pieces here, but you will see how it works. Okay, it would look nice on a piece of coffee dyed paper, as well as if we were to bring it in and put it on a decorative piece of paper. And I just grabbed a couple random ones just to show you how easy and how pretty that is. Okay, that's a little bit busy with all this. I have pattern and design I have going on here, as well as the pattern I have going on here, but still you would decorate it according to fit your journal page. So, but look at that. Okay, isn't that nice? And even if we were to bring in a piece of put it on, you know, we use music note paper for pages in our journal. Look at that. It's a big piece. It hasn't been cut down yet, but isn't that nice? Imagine that. Isn't that pretty? And the tabs on the bottom. So just a few ideas of how to use it, how to decorate it. Here's one more. I did 2.5 inches, and I left it plain, and I just brought in a little bit something for texture. I brought in a piece of burlap paper, a paper floral element, and I've already put it down, and all you would do is glue that right down. Look at that. Very simple. And am I in frame? Sorry. Let me come up a little bit. But look at that. Very simple, plain piece of paper with just a couple elements. And look how pretty that is, guys. And on here, all I did was I just poked a little hole. I used a little brad and a little bronze key and just dangled that. And I put it through on both sides. Now, whatever journal page I decide to put this on, I will have to bring in some paper and cover that. Okay, so it doesn't show on the opposite side. But look at that. Look at how attractive that is. Look how gorgeous that is. And simple. I mean, it's simple. I can't explain it anymore. It's so simple, but it's so nice. Okay, and then you just want to get it nice and lined up with the edge of your page, and down you go. Okay, Now, as I'm just looking at this, I took the brad all the way through, but what we could do, actually, is if I would have thought about this sooner, I could just bring the brad in through the middle. Say, I don't want the brad exposed at all, and I want to do something else completely different on the other side. Now we will imagine I just poked my hole through the one side, not through both on that, okay? And you can put it down like so. Okay, so on this side, you would have this look. Try to get it lined up for you, okay? But then when you flip it over, okay, we're going to imagine that hole would not be there, because I would, you know, if I would have thought about this layout design before, I wouldn't have punched the hole all the way through both sides. And then we'd have a whole different opportunity for design on this other side, okay? So there we go, guys. That is it. I brought in a few different looks for paper. Okay, we've got coffee dyed paper. Totally whatever you want to use. Line it up. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? And even actually the more narrow one would suffice as a tuck spot as well. I mean, totally up to you. I mean, it will hold paper once you secure it down well. That would be a tuck spot too. But the more narrow ones, my own personal preference, I think I would just put it all the way down. I would glue it all the way down and then use this part as journaling or design, or, you know, do a pocket. You know, it would even look nice if you put it all the way down, brought in your decorative paper and did a pocket over it. You know, imagine this is design or paper, but lay it over and do your pocket over the top. And you've got a multi kind of design look going on that page, if you understand what I mean there. Okay, so very nice, very easy, guys. So fun, really easy to make. All you need is some scrap strips, glue once you glue it down, and really you can decorate it with something as little as a few little scrap pieces. This was just a piece of scrap burlap that I had laying from a previous project, a little floral element, and we all have some little dangles, little this and that we can put on there if we want. This one, again, scraps, piece of DIY washi, piece of book page, and a couple washi elements and a label. Simple as that. This one was super easy. It took me like 45 seconds to make. Once I cut it down, ran a piece of washi tape and a washi sticker, and I cut it into pieces and put it across there with a label. Okay, this one, piece of music page, word label, a little blank label with a floral element. This one, totally easy. All I did was use a decorative scissor, zigzag. Look at that. Okay, really narrow one there. And then here's one, another narrow one. I didn't get around to decorating this one, but gives you completely an idea of width and design opportunities. Okay, so there we go, guys. Super easy. And I'm calling these my double-edged, what I say, double-sided journal page edgers, okay, which can be also used as a tuck spot, okay. Now also keep in mind one more thing before I let you guys go. When you put this down, okay, on your page, okay, it's double-sided. Okay, let me move these out of the way one more time. Okay, this is a double-sided decorated page, okay. Say on this side you wanted it to be a tuck spot, okay, so you would just glue it down there, there, and there, because when we did the cut, it actually separates the two, okay. So we would do here, the outer edge and the bottom. This side could serve as a tuck spot, but then when you get to this side, maybe you want to glue it all the way down, okay? Even though it's one piece and it's double-sided, you know, glue this one all the way down and then decorate it as usual. You can overlay and do a collage page. Like I said, you could bring in another designer series paper of some sort and do yourself a really nice pocket. Do a cluster. You could do a cluster on top of there. So many ideas, so many ways to use this. Okay, so just giving you a few ideas of what you can do with this project. Alrighty, thank you so very much for watching, guys. I hope you liked my project today. Hope you give it a try, use it in your journals, do your own little tweaks and twists and turns, and do your designs and make it work for you to fit your needs. Okay, so that is it. I will see you on the next video. Thank you so very much, guys. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye.